going on, everyone? James Nine Numbers here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. And yeah, I actually do not have a special guest with all of you here today. I do apologize. I haven't been able to get guests on for a while now, like for guests to be able to do a one-on-one interview with me, anyways. So I do apologize for that. I am currently working on this right now, and yeah. With that being said, there's a lot to go over in this episode, so I might as well get started. The first thing that I do want to talk about, though, is that this upcoming Saturday is going to be the 250th anniversary of Independence Day. For those of you that don't know, July 4th, 1776 was the day when the Founding Fathers signed the Declaration of Independence, declaring our national independence from the United Kingdom / Great Britain, or whatever the hell you want to call that country. But we're just going to call it the United Kingdom. So yeah, we did not like our British imperialists. And what's my opinion on the 250th anniversary? Well, to be honest with you, I don't really care all that much. I know it's gonna sound surprising, but personally, I really don't care. I just see it as just another holiday that's gonna come and go, and I'm probably not gonna care that much. And to be fair to Independence Day, it's not just unique to that holiday. That's the way I just see it with most holidays, and it is what it is. In terms of 250 years, I don't know. The national government has left a lot to be desired, and sure, they've done some good things, but I don't know. These politicians are very, very sus. Our government seems to have always had a history of like censoring people with different opinions, assassinations, and a lot of horrible stuff with our foreign policy as well. So, I mean, I don't know. Those aspects I'm not really proud of, and that's not even to mention like with the police state and AI age verification that's currently going on right now, and a lack of digital privacy. Oh yeah, and the government reading your emails too. That's always pretty scary, and that is not good. The truth of the matter is, the United States has betrayed what it is supposed to stand for, and yeah, we are not a bastion of freedom. Like, not anymore, anyways. And I'm very disappointed because, well, our our state and our country could sure use it right now. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. In terms of 250 years within North Carolina, look, our state government does not support freedom of speech. They never have. They never will. All they want is to install a one-party dictatorship, both Democrat and Republican. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Especially with House Bill 958. Do y'all remember that? Luckily, that bill has been pulled from committee for now. So, yeah, so luckily we have one for now anyways, but I think we will be back here in a few months talking about it again, because they are currently discussing the bill like right now as we speak. So yeah, with that being said, I'm really disappointed in our state government. Our state government really has never been a bastion of free speech. In fact, I would argue that we have been a massive suppressor to free speech because of the way we censor third parties and independents in the state of North Carolina, and it's really, really unfortunate. The best that unaffiliates can do to succeeding for political office is to run locally, and even then, when it comes to local races, they don't get a lot of mention. There's not a lot of mention about local races in general. That's why you don't hear much about like local unaffiliated politicians in North Carolina, because their impact is very minuscule at best. And and no disrespect to all the unaffiliated currently running. I do applaud them for running because we need more unaffiliated more than ever. I think the impact is severely limited, and it's not their fault. It's actually because of the Democrats and the Republicans who basically have set up our culture. And yeah, the culture, we really have to change the culture in order to promote diversity of thought, promote democracy, promote the Constitution, all that stuff. You know. So yeah, before I continue, let me see if I can add my headphones, because I forgot to add them at the beginning of the video. Oh, come on. Stay in the Oh, hey, look, there's girly hair. Oh, that's awesome, but no, I don't want it. Um Wait. Can I not put the accessory on? Come on. And I'm frozen. Yeah, I'm frozen. Yeah. Um Oh crap. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. I think my. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh God, what the hell is this? What is this? This is ridiculous. What is this? I look so damn. Okay, there we go. Are we good? Are we good? Are we freaking good? Okay, I think we're good. And yeah, that's all I can say about the 250th anniversary of the founding of our country. And yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video real quick because I need to get a drink of water. Hang on. Alrighty, I am back. So, what's the next thing I want to talk about? Oh yeah, once again, I do apologize for not having a guest with you all here today. I'm sorry, I almost said today. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, I do apologize for not having a special guest with all of you here for this episode. The main reason is because I've been struggling to get new guests to get onto my show, do one-on-one interviews. I've actually been busy with I was actually busy with the Rage Against the War Machine general discussions that me and Mod hosted on YouTube and on Facebook. And for those of you that haven't seen it, you are free to check it out. Like it was from either the Libertarian Party of North Carolina's social media page or through our or through this podcast, if just in case you missed it. But yeah, overall, those general discussions are pretty fun, and yeah, with that being said, this did make sure that I didn't have time to be able to like try to call or contact people to be able to do one-on-one interviews with me. But now that the Rage Against the War Machine discussion is over, I can finally refocus on working on that for now. But anyways, but I do have some future plans coming up. But I'll get into that like later in the episode. What I want to talk about first is that this Saturday will also be the 1 year anniversary of the founding of the Political Freedom Fighters podcast. Wow, this is amazing. I honestly can't believe that we survived 1 year of the PFF podcast. Hashtag PFF. I know I didn't do this before, but I'm doing it now. Hashtag PFF in the comments. Spread it all across the social media, wherever it is. Third partyism will rule over a two-party system any day. But it has been an honor to be doing these types of episodes over the past year because this is a topic that I really do care about. And this topic, of course, you all know that I mean third-party politics. This is a topic that I care about more than anything because the truth of the matter is I've actually been a third partyist for like around 11 years now, since high school actually. And yeah, the reason why I became a third partyist was through the 2016 presidential election. And yeah, I was very disappointed with what the major parties were giving us. Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton, they were both terrible candidates. And so I decided to look over to third parties, and I thought, you know what? All Even though third parties don't have a chance, I'd be willing to support them. And throughout the years, my hatred towards the two party system really never went away. And yeah, it eventually built up and up and up until I felt that I couldn't take it anymore. And so yeah, I ended up making this podcast, and I do believe that I did talk about how I formed this podcast like a year ago in my very first episode of the podcast. So, yeah, that was pretty fun. But anyways, with that being said, what's it been like? Well, it's been amazing. I've had the honor to interview a whole bunch of parties and a whole bunch of guests. And after this election cycle, I do plan on contacting a few more parties in order to interview them, see what's up, and hopefully add them to the intro. So that's going to be awesome, and I'm going to be really excited about that. But yeah, and I've enjoyed interviewing a whole bunch of people. Everybody that I've interviewed is nice. Most of them are anyways, but wow, it has been awesome. It has been awesome meeting with a whole bunch of people, and I'm really happy that you all are enjoying the interviews as well. Sure, there have been some haters out there who have been like, oh, this person's dumb, or oh, this person's an idiot. Well, some of those haters only want me to interview like certain people, and that's not going to work for this podcast because the whole point of this podcast is to promote third parties and independents across the spectrum, whether it be left, right, up, down, or middle. Like, that's kind of the point of the podcast. The whole point of this podcast isn't to promote like a specific agenda outside of third party independent politics. That doesn't work. If I don't interview one side of the political spectrum, it is going to create towards a bias in another aspect of the political spectrum. Like if I don't interview the left, this podcast will become a right-wing podcast. Or if I don't interview the right, the podcast will become a left-wing podcast. Or if I refuse to interview libertarians, my podcast will be an authoritarian podcast. And if I don't interview authoritarians, my podcast will be a libertarian podcast. And I'm none of those things, really. I'm a third partyist. I want to do stuff that helps third party and independent within my state. I'm not Democrat or Republican. Okay? I need to make this very clear. I am not interested in interviewing Democratic or Republican nominees. Yes, I have interviewed a former Democratic nominee for U.S. Senate. I forgot what his name was. It was the guy voting for voter fraud. It was what was his name again? Crap, I actually forgot. But that might probably be for the best. But you know, yeah, you know, I don't know what to say. I oh yeah, right. I am not really interested in interviewing Democrats or Republicans running for office. If you're running as a Democrat or a Republican, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in interviewing you. My whole point, I'm not here to promote the Democratic or Republican parties. I'm only here to promote third parties and independents. And speaking of which, I've had some people think that I was a spammer when I tried to get into contact with them. It's freaking insane. I remember actually like calling and texting an unaffiliated candidate running for a local office, and she blocked me. She literally freaking blocked me. Like she literally texted the word like stop, and I was like, oh my god, she thinks I'm a spammer. And yes, I have gotten numerous rejections before. Some from libertarians, some from unaffiliateds, and it sucks because I was hoping to promote them, but I get it. It is what it is. And yeah, I can only move on from it. So yeah, that's really all I have planned for this aspect of this portion of the episode. So what are some future plans that I have coming up for this podcast? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm currently in negotiations with some people about a potential capitalist versus socialist debate. And yeah, I believe that was talked about in our live streams. So yeah, that could be awesome. I will probably ask the Socialist Party first just to see if they're interested. Just because the last time I tried to set up an organizing event with the Libertarians, they have been. It's always been a different Libertarian who has said that they're not available on this date or they're not available on this date, and so we've had to bounce around dates a few times, and it sucks. But hey, we eventually got it done, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, look forward to that coming up. I'm not sure when we're going to be doing that though, but yeah, I'm sure we will do that soon. I also have an interview with an unaffiliated running for Martin County Sheriff coming up on July 20th. So yeah, I do have an interview scheduled. I actually made that like a while ago, and I might try to recontact him like a week before the interview just to make sure that he still remembers our podcast date. And yeah, I'm also currently working on trying to get a few libertarians and unaffiliated that I have missed out on, or those who have like pushed back, who decided to push back due to some personal reasons or some major reasons that they need to help out on, or whatever it is the case that may be. But currently, right now, I am also trying to get some libertarians and unaffiliates on as well. And yeah, and so far I'm having luck with some more than others, but yeah, I'll yeah, and yeah, I have no other words to say. Hopefully, I'll be able to get them on. And there are some unaffiliated and libertarians that I am really excited to interview because they have been very communicative with me, and I really hope that you all will get to enjoy them as well because, you know, I feel like this platform is meant to basically like spread the message. It's also the reason why I don't try to ask negative questions towards the candidates. I usually don't try to because, well, this is supposed to be a pro third party, pro independent platform. I I want people to vote for these guys and girls because I know some of the candidates I have interviewed are women. So yeah, I want people to vote for them because I want change. Whether people like it or not, the system is not doing okay. That's just my opinion. Oh yeah, and speaking of which, the Green Party is actually going to be submitting their candidate nominations to the State Board of Elections. Actually, today is June 30th, and so as of this video is recording, they're actually going to be submitting the North Carolina Green Party is going to be submitting their candidates today. So that's going to be pretty interesting. I know Josh is running for Raleigh City Council. I know Brian McGinnis has dropped out of the U.S. Senate and has decided to run as a writing candidate for U.S. House District 2. I know Michael Dublin's going to be running for U.S. Senate. So, and I've interviewed him, so that's pretty good. And I know they have a few other Greens coming up. There are a few other Greens that have discussed about like running as well. So hopefully I can gather a slate. Hopefully I can try to get them all to like be a part of my podcast as well. We'll see how this goes. And yeah, with that being said, oh yeah, one other thing too. I do plan on re-interviewing some former guests because they have been wanting to do. They're hoping to do an update interview with me, and yeah, I would love to do that with them, especially for the fact that we are struggling with guests right now. So yeah, that's going to be really awesome. I'm going to be really excited about it, and I'll probably get into contact with them soon, and we'll go from there. So with that being said, I'm going to give myself another break and just check and see how long this clip is, and we'll go from there. All right, I'm back again. So, what's the next thing I want to talk about? Well, I guess since we're here, I might as well talk about how I end up finding my guests on my interviews because I think that's going to be pretty important. So, the first thing that I usually do when it comes to finding third-party independent candidates running for office is I usually look through the candidates list that are uploaded by the State Board of Elections, which, by the way, is uploaded very frequently. Well, frequently enough to where like the list does actually change. So, I will be on the lookout for new guests while in the meantime while I do that. But yeah, basically I do look up through the candidates lists and I check to see if the candidates are either running as a Democrat, Libertarian, Republican, or something else. And that's really important because political affiliation does matter. Sometimes I interview people that are running for nonpartisan candidates, but yeah, it's much more difficult to find people who are running as an unaffiliated because in nonpartisan races, in nonpartisan races, you can run as a Democrat. You can still be registered as a Democrat or Republican, and that's not really good because I don't want to interview Democrats or Republicans. And that's what I'm often very afraid of. Now, nonpartisan races are good, but I just want to be careful with who I'm promoting, right? Because I don't want to promote Democrat or Republican, like I've said before. So, yeah, I look through the candidates list, and if possible, I also go through Wikipedia and Ballotpedia as well because they sometimes do offer information that the State Board of Elections actually can't. So that's often really good. It's also how I found Shaughnessy DeBerry and Mike White as well. So no, not Mike White, Mike Henry as well. So that's really awesome. So yeah, so okay, what's next? Oh yeah, that's right. Once I find the person that I'm looking for, I usually try to like send them an email first, just in case they're interested. And yeah, if they don't respond to the email or whatever, I usually try to call them or text them as well. Preferably call them so that way they would know that I am real. And yeah, and if they don't respond or if they say no, I usually try to move on. But if they do happen to say yes, I usually try to schedule an interview with them through Google Meet, and we then try to like set up a date where like we can both agree to meet at, and I do my interview with them. And yeah, once I finish my interview, I like add the intro and the outro, do a bit of editing here and there, and then I upload it to here on this channel. So that's basically how I find my guests, and that's basically how I do my episodes. And yeah, the format is really simple. It's really not that hard. Like what? Were you expecting like some hard magical process like wait, what? No, sorry. Like some sort of computer hacking? Like come on now. But yeah, I'll be honest with you. This episode's actually looking to be a little shorter, and I did vow a promise to myself that I would not do that again. So let me see if I can find something else to talk about. Alright, you know what? I guess while we're here, I might as well make an update status on what's been going on within third parties and independents in the state of North Carolina because a lot has been going on recently, and I figured why not just tell you all now since we are still here. And I guess the first thing I do want to talk about is the Libertarian Party of North Carolina. As you all know, I have actually been doing quite a number of events with the Libertarian Party recently, so there's been that. Other than that, the Libertarian Party has been out doing their own thing with their own events and all that stuff. And oh yeah, earlier this year they had their state party convention, but which by the way they celebrated their 50th anniversary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yeah, that's pretty awesome. They got a whole bunch of videos saying congratulations, and they got into business. And their stream was working a lot better this year compared to previous years. So well done to the Libertarian Party of North Carolina. Oh yeah, and that convention took place before the National Party had their own convention. And yeah, with that being said, the state party has had a number of candidates. They got a number of people running for U.S. House, and they got quite a number of people running at the state level, some of whom are running in two-person races. And yeah, overall the Libertarian Party is doing pretty well for themselves, I would say. So that's all I have for the Libertarian Party for now. Oh yeah, the Libertarians do seem to be getting a lot of press nowadays. Well, a lot more press than they usually do, but they're still pretty small. So we'll see what happens. Next is the North Carolina Green Party. Like I said before, with the North Carolina Green Party, they are going to be submitting their candidate nominations today to the State Board of Elections. And yeah, the Greens actually have some pretty decent candidates. Unfortunately, a couple of their candidates, Anthony Aguilar, who was planning on running for U.S. House District 13, and Brian McGinnis, like I told you all before, they basically dropped out as on their elections as part of the Green Party, mainly because the Green Party has, from what I've been hearing, the Green Party has underwent some infighting recently, and I'm sorry to hear that because, yeah, every political party does have infighting, and it just sucks to hear it. So I really hope the Greens do recover from this, and I really, really wish them the best of luck because I do want them to succeed, you know? So, yeah. The Constitution Party, right now they're just going to try to collect signatures. They're going to try to like go wherever they can to get more signatures. They're applying to events. They're trying to go to gun shows, and that's basically their plan for right now. And they also plan on doing like monthly meetings now instead of like twice a month that they used to do. So, and that's been going on for a few months. So they are currently going to be only meeting like once a month. So it is what it is, which is like the third Monday of every month now. So so yeah, and I do attend meetings, of course, and those meetings are actually how I found out about House Bill 958. So yeah, I will. So of course, I'll still be maintaining contact with the Constitution Party and see what we'll do from there. The Forward Party is next. Listen, I've actually been getting more involved with Party recently. I currently, as of right now, I actually attend meetings with a couple members of the North Carolina Forward Party every like second and fourth Thursday of the month at around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about how the North Carolina Forward Party can cooperate with some organizations, whether or not they are regular political organizations or political parties, to see if they can work together on issues that they agree with, and maybe even set up some events to where like they can all like speak up and fight for the same causes and spread the word. That's kind of basically their strategy, and yeah, I wish them the best of luck. I do think they have endorsed some people so far, and of course they've endorsed April Montgomery, who's running as an unaffiliated for NC House District 51. Which, by the way, I'm still trying to work on it, but so far I've not had much luck with her. So we'll see what happens. So who's next up on the list? Oh yeah, the Veterans Party. Yeah, the Veterans Party has endorsed a lot of Republicans in the primaries, but turns out none of them succeeded. So currently, right now, they are currently trying to for endorsements or who will for basically who will get the Veterans Party endorsement. And yeah, they already got some potential nominations out there. None of them have been confirmed yet at this time, so we'll see what happens. This is going to be really exciting. And the We the People Party of North Carolina. I've not had I've not had much word with the We the People Party of North Carolina, but as you all know, I have recently gotten into contact with Ryan Rabaugh again from the We the People Party, and yeah, Ryan's been busy doing his own thing. So, and he's also and I do believe he also has founded an organization known as Our House, where it's focused on like re-electing or nominating and electing independent third party independent candidates. So that's pretty awesome. And yeah, Ryan has a lot of law expertise, and yeah, luckily the We the People Party of North Carolina is still alive. They actually have revamped their website recently, so that's pretty awesome. And yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next. Justice for all. Yeah, right now it's just me and one other person, or mainly just me, who's focusing on like keeping up that state party's website. I do often add news articles to that state party's website because, well, because I want to keep the party somewhat active, right? So, yeah, that's basically what I've been doing for Justice for All, and hopefully I can get some people to join that party soon. What about the Socialist Party? Right now, the Socialist Party is still on the building stage as we speak. They currently got like at least 30 people in. Hopefully, they can get more soon. Hopefully, they can get to like 100. That would be awesome. Like 100 is ideal for basically any party, and yeah, I think the Socialist Party can do it. And the Socialist Party it is going to be planning on focusing on ballot access within the next few years. So that's going to be really exciting. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Reform. When it comes to the Reform Party, they do tend to be more nationally focused instead of state focused. So it's really hard to say where Reform really stands. But yeah, Reform has endorsed a few North Carolina candidates, one of whom actually ended up losing the primary. So there's that. And when it comes to the National Party in general, I'm not really sure how to feel. I actually don't know. Because I do like to tend to be more focused on the state level instead of the national level, and the not and North Reform has endorsed like a few candidates. Unfortunately, some of the candidates that they have endorsed are part of the two-party system, which then again could be also applied to a few other parties as well. And yeah, it's very disappointing, but it is what it is. So overall, Reform, I think they have a long way to go, and that's all I can say. So, the Pirate Party. Yeah, the North Carolina Pirate Party has basically been dead over the past few months because I have been busy and I'm the one who's mainly focusing on that. And, yeah, basically right now I'm just trying to rebuild that party up, updating the state party platform, and seeing if I can get new members to join that party as well. So, yeah, the North Carolina Pirate Party has also adopted a right to repair a plank, but that's mainly because the National Party adopted it into their platform and we had to add it in. So there's that as well. And for those that don't know what a right to repair plank is, I believe the right to repair plank, from what I remember, hold up, let me see if I can pull it up because it's in the North Carolina Pirate Party website. I do remember reading this. I believe this plank just allows you to be able to like repair your property without like copyright infringement or something. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Oh crap. Oh crap. Okay, maybe this isn't a good idea. Hold on. Let me share my screen instead. Uh, uh presentation is starting. Okay. Can I show a tile? Okay, cool. So yeah, here's their plank right here. We believe purchasing is ownership. Whether you buy a tractor, a motorcycle, or an iPhone, you should own the device. You should be able to diagnose problems with software and be able to fix it yourself or take it to any repair shop of your choosing. We support repealing Section 1201 of the DMCA. This would allow for repairs and diagnosis to occur without being treated as criminal conduct. We also support fair and non-discriminatory access. Manufacturers must provide to consumers and independent repair shops the same resources that they would provide to their own service channels. So that's basically what their plank is about. And yeah, overall, it's pretty interesting. And yeah, I really wish the North Carolina Pirate Party the best of luck. I say that as I'm the only one who's working on it. But, anyways, next up is the Christian Party. And yes, I have gone into contact with the Christian Party. They're pretty radical. Yeah, they are pretty radical. Overall, I like talking to them. Overall, they're pretty awesome. At the end of the day, they are very radical, like some of the other parties. So we'll see what happens. I do wish them the best of luck. They are a real party, and they are at least fighting the two-party system, so I can appreciate that. So outside of that, there are a few other parties that I have not gotten into contact with that I would love to get into contact with, that I would love to get into contact with in the future. First, I would like to get into contact with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. I've heard some pretty cool things about them. I would like to get into contact with them. I would also like to get into contact with Socialist Alternative as well. I think I think I've read that they're some sort of Trotskyist party. I don't know. I'll take Trotsky. I'll take any third party who's willing to fight the two party system. I'm also interested in getting into contact with the American Solidarity Party of North Carolina. I believe I have gotten into contact with one of their chairmen through Discord in the past, but I haven't been able to get into contact with them in a while. So I really hope to get into contact with them soon, so that way I can do an interview with him after the election. And yeah, I also want to try to help start up the Transhumanist Party of North Carolina, because there was someone that was working on the transhumanist on the North Carolina affiliate of the Transhumanist Party, but he left. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. With that being said, that's all I have for the third party updates for now. I guess while we're here, I might as well talk about something that is a little less political than I usually do. And yeah, it basically pertains to Michael Jackson. For those of you that don't know, Michael Jackson was actually famously known as the King of Pop, and he was actually a famous musician throughout the 1960s to all the way to the 2000s before his death in 2009. And he was basically like a famous celebrity. Like, he was very, very famous, known for selling hit after hit after hit. He basically had a lot of really good songs. And when it came to Michael Jackson, he's actually one of the only artists that I actually listen to on a frequent basis, and where I actually listen to to a lot of his songs. I actually haven't listened to all of his songs, but I listened to a lot of it, and I enjoyed jamming to it every so often. And yeah, I don't often do this with other musicians as well. When it comes to solo artists or music bands in general, I only listen to a few of their big hits that I actually enjoy. And yeah. So why am I talking about Michael Jackson? For those of you that don't know, earlier this year there was a film called Michael that was actually released a few months ago this year, pertaining to the early life from the beginning all the way to 1988 of Michael Jackson's life. And yeah, the movie did a pretty good job highlighting what Michael Jackson's childhood was like. I did not know about the fact that the Jackson 5, which was the boy band that was founded by Michael's father, Joe Jackson. Oh, Joe Jackson. We'll talk about him in just a bit. Apparently, Joe Jackson helped form the Jackson 5 with his five sons in order to basically get out of poverty. That was basically the intent of what Joe Jackson is trying to do. And he basically forced them to undergo rigorous training all day and all night. And he had no caring about schooling. All he was focused on was the money and getting out of poverty. And he even whooped his own children for if they didn't conform to his standards. It was very horrible. It was the 1960s, but still, goddamn. And throughout the years, it sounded to me like the kids underwent a massive beating. And the Jackson 5 was really, really talented. They underwent a lot of rigorous training, but at the cost of what? Right? Because Michael Jackson, basically, he wasn't the same. He basically wasn't the same. Apparently, none of the Jackson 5 were able to hang out with kids their own age, because their father was like, "Oh, you ain't like them. You're never gonna be like any other kid." And he was being so rude about it. The person who played Joe Jackson in that movie did a really, really good job portraying how cruel Joe Jackson was. And yeah, I didn't even know that, for the fact that Michael Jackson actually ended up firing his own father as a manager once he grew up. That's really, really, really interesting. And I actually found it really interesting how Michael Jackson actually started wanting to pursue a solo path when he and his brothers were like ended up signing up with a contract with Motown Records, and that was pretty cool. And I also like how the film also addressed how MTV was very racist, because at the time MTV was not accepting of black artists as well. I don't know why, but apparently MTV just straight up was not accepting the black artists, and that's actually true, by the way. I actually do remember reading some things about it as well, about MTV being racist back in the day, and yeah, I don't know what MTV's problem with black artists was, but yeah, wow, screw you, MTV. But anyways, it's okay. What else is there to talk about with Michael Jackson? Oh yeah, I like the fact that Michael Jackson did end up going solo, and it was awesome. And he made some really good songs. I like how they basically go over how Michael Jackson made some of the songs, like from Billy, not Billie Jean, but don't stop till you get enough, beat it, and I think I think Billie Jean. I'm not fully sure, but yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the movie. It really gave us a good insight as to how what Michael Jackson's life was, and oh yeah, the burning fire, the burning hair. Remember when like Michael Jackson's hair was burned? Yeah, that was in the movie too during like a Pepsi commercial ad. Apparently, Michael Jackson didn't even like want to go to that Pepsi commercial, but his father made him do it. And yeah, his hair got burned, and all Joe Jackson cared about was, can Michael Jackson like sing or dance? He did not care about his health at all. In fact, Michael Jackson did end up having to go on painkillers, and that really did suck, because I think that did help contribute to his death. And here's what I will say: I do believe that Joe Jackson is responsible for Michael Jackson's death, directly or indirectly. He basically caused it. Like, prior to the hair burning incident, had I think that Michael would have lived a long life had it not been for that fire, had it not been for that Pepsi incident, right? And the thing is, right, I do kind of blame Joe Jackson for it. Like, Michael Jackson had to like get a wig, and when you saw Michael's being in a state of distress, when you like remember when you for those of you that watched the movie, Michael Jackson underwent a lot of pain. He was like in a hospital bed, and it was terrible. Like, you got to see the movie just to see like how bad it really was, because it was really really bad. Oh yeah, by the way, I also forgot. I like the fact that the movie did also show how Michael Jackson had alopecia, and that's actually part of the reason why his skin pigmentation actually ended up changing throughout his adult years, from being black to white, or from being black to white looking. I still think that Michael Jackson is black. I think Michael Jackson will forever be a black artist, and rightfully so. He did a lot for the black community, I would say, and yeah, to be honest, I really do like Michael Jackson. Now, granted, in the contract, from what I've heard, when it came to like when I read the Wikipedia page, apparently they were not allowed to talk about the 1993 child abuse allegations that went on with Michael Jackson. Apparently, there was like a contract in the clause for something like that. So that unfortunately sucks, because it would have been great to hear great to like see what Michael was thinking, and especially the fact that there were some scenes that were already like made for that scenario as well. So yeah, hold on, let me pause the video real quick. Oh yeah, and one of the things that made it so satisfying with this movie was when Michael Jackson actually did a tour with his brothers, did a world tour. He actually said that in one of his concerts that it's going to be his last concert with the Jackson 5, and he basically basically gave his dad a middle finger. Well, not actually, but he he gave him a basic fu when to his own father, and I found it really really funny, and it was really awesome. It was basically Jackson giving justice to his own father, and yeah, even with all this, from what I remember in the in from what I have read, I think Michael Jackson has forgiven his father, actually, with all the abuse that he had done to him. And yeah, with I think with all the abuse that Joe Jackson had given to Michael and his brothers, I think that's why um Joe, like Michael Jackson's manager, I believe it was Bill something. Let me see who it was. I know it's up there somewhere. Hold on. Hold on. Who was it again? I forgot what his name was. I think it was Bill something. No, not Quincy Jones. Hold on. I know it's up there somewhere because he was a this person who actually this person that Michael looked up to was actually like served actually as some sort of father figure to Michael for when Joe Jackson had failed. Um what who was it? Where is it? I know it's something. I know it's somewhere. Um oh, Bill Bray. Yeah, there we go, Bill Bray. Oh yeah, Bill Bray. There we go. Michael's bodyguard. There we go. Bill Bray. Michael Jackson actually ended up looking to Bill Bray as a father, and yeah, Bill Bray was freaking awesome from the looks of it. He had been very supportive of Michael Jackson, and yeah, when we saw at the end of the movie about when of Michael doing the bad performance, you saw Bill Bray going yes, and you can tell that Michael Jackson was really happy at the end scene too. So that was awesome. Oh yeah, and did you know that Michael Jackson in this movie was being portrayed by his nephew Jafar Jackson? I gotta say, Jafar did a really good job portraying Michael Jackson as well. And yeah, it's crazy to think that the younger generation now gets to see who Michael Jackson was and how awesome he was and how much of a cultural impact he had made throughout throughout the lives of boomers, Gen X, millennials, and early Gen Z too. So yeah, this is really awesome, and I'm glad the movie was made. And I also do feel bad for Michael Jackson's mom as well. She actually tried her best to make sure she actually did her best. She actually did the best that she could to protect her sons, but she couldn't really do anything because her husband is just like so like egotistical, like pushing in their own way. And I don't blame her. There's a lot of men out there that are like this, and there's only so much that a woman and a mother could realistically do because, well, she doesn't want to get hurt herself, and I understand completely. And it was a really hard situation that she went through. And honestly, I hope that Joe Jackson is in hell somewhere. I'm not sure if he goes to heaven. I'm not sure if he's deserving to go to heaven with all the suffering that he has caused. And yeah, with that being said, damn. I'm sorry, but I am really so upset with Joe Jackson. I knew that Joe Jackson was a bad guy, but I didn't know he was this bad. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyways, I'm really hoping that Michael Jackson's children are okay now. I know that they're all adults now, and yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say about Michael Jackson for now. If I do, I'll let you know. But I'm actually starting to lose my voice again, so hold on a minute. Oh yeah, I like the fact that in the movie they also mentions how that Michael Jackson was an animal lover and that he had a pet rat. He had a pet rat when he was a kid, and yeah, he actually even bought a pet chimpanzee by the name of Bubbles, and that was pretty awesome to see Bubbles, and yeah, Bubbles was actually in one of Michael Jackson's music videos from the music video "Leave Me Alone." That's a really great song. I love that song a lot. I actually did the AI cover of that song once, but that got taken down due to copyright, so sucks, but it is what it is. And yeah, Michael Jackson was an avid animal lover, and he saw them as friends. And when Michael Jackson's mom actually asked Michael why can't he make friends with kids his own age, he actually felt Michael said something on the lines of, I feel more something about said something similar to the lines of he actually felt more closer to the animals than he was to people, and I actually don't blame him. I think some of that can be attributed by his father, and yeah, it is what it is, and well, oh yeah, that's right. The film actually also did pretty well as well. I think it was like the like one of the highest grossing films of all time because Michael Jackson is just so damn popular. Even like 17 years after his death, he is still popular. I actually still listen to his songs sometimes as well. So yeah, I can understand why this film got so popular because people love Michael Jackson. Like love, 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 love him. Even with all the, even after everything he's went through, even with everything that we've heard about him, like wow, you like the love for him is just so real. And I think I remember even seeing like TikTok videos or YouTube videos of people like singing along some with some of Michael Jackson's songs like Thriller, Beat It, and Billie Jean. So that was pretty cool, I guess. But wow. Oh yeah, and by the way, they're also working on a sequel as well. And yeah, I think there was one person that out there that did make a good point. The second part, the I think that I'm pretty sure that the sequel, Michael 2, is not going to be a good one because because it will likely pertain to his life like after 1988, and it's going to involve and not and Michael Jackson's life really rough, like in the 90s and 2000s. It was a lot of controversy. We might get to discussion. Maybe we'll end up seeing the real life Neverland, which there were references throughout the first film, Mike, and yeah, that's going to be really exciting. But it's also going to be dark, and who knows in the second movie whether or not we will end up seeing Michael Jackson dead, because as you all know, Michael Jackson did end up dying at the age of 50 due to medical malpractice by his doctor, Mr. John Conrad Murray, I believe. What I think that's what his name was. Um, oh yeah, Conrad Murray. Yeah, Conrad Murray's. Yeah, thanks to Conrad Murray being a terrible doctor and basically just like leaving to go to do something a bit. And when he left, Michael Jackson actually like stopped breathing, from what I remember. It was hard. And Conrad Murray, I believe, was responsible for administering drugs to Michael Jackson to like, and I'm guessing it got something to do with the painkiller situation and something like that. But yeah, this is really unfortunate. So I think I think the sequel to Michael is going to be based off of some of that as well. And yeah, it's gonna be really dark. So we might as well enjoy the first movie, the first Michael movie, while we still can, because it's not going to be happy from here on out. So I'm looking forward to seeing the sequel when that comes out. And yeah, I swear, 2026 has been a pretty hype year, from the Michael movie to Pragmata, the game that involving a little AI robotic girl by the name of Diana, and the character Hugh. And yeah, there was 2026 has been somewhat of a hype year when it came to memes. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with what how 2026 has been. So yeah, that being said, I think that's it. That's all I have for Michael Jackson for now. And yeah, I'll check and see how much time we have left. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a Beat It remix currently out on YouTube right now, literally just using memes as the lyrics to this new Beat It song. So that was really awesome. And yeah, that song is awesome. I love the internet. And yeah, I will definitely put a link to that in the description below, so that way you all can check it out for yourselves. And oh yeah, and I believe Jafar Jackson did end up singing a few songs. I think there are some tracks out there of Jafar Jackson actually singing some of Michael Jackson's songs as well. So that's pretty exciting too. So that's all I have for now. I'll let you know if I have anything else. Oh my god, how could I forget the most important part? I forgot that Bubbles the chimpanzee is actually still alive today. Hold on, let me show you. Um, yeah, basically, hold on, let me show you all. Let me show you all the Wikipedia page. Yeah, Bubbles is actually still alive today. Yeah, even after Michael Jackson is gone, he's currently between 42 and 43 years old. He was Michael Jackson's pet. And yeah, currently I believe he was taken to like some sort of zoo back in like 2000 and I don't know, 5, I believe. The Center for Great Apes. Okay, yeah. And I believe that Michael Jackson's estate is currently covering Bubbles' health expenses, so that's really good. It's nice to know that Bubbles is still alive, so we still have a piece of Michael Jackson left with us still today, so that's awesome. Even without his family too. So that's really awesome. And to be honest with you all, I hope Michael Jackson's pet chimpanzee actually ends up making it to 50 years old because then we will get to say the chimpanzee outlived Michael Jackson. Like Bubbles outlived Michael Jackson. I want to be able to say that, and I would have been like, "Whoa, that is a good fact to hear." That fact I would totally use for Jeopardy. So yeah, I really hope Bubbles is doing okay. Maybe I would like maybe I kind of would like to. Am I the only person who wants to like meet this chimpanzee one day, just to see how it's doing? Because like seriously, with all the hype with Michael Jackson, I'm impressed that nobody's talking about Bubbles, and I think people should because Bubbles was there. Bubbles was there throughout a significant portion of Michael Jackson's career. Like that's pretty important. Oh yeah, and yeah, I also do understand that the film these with all the events of the first film that's taking place with Michael, I understand this all took place before Michael Jackson ended up meeting Lisa Marie Presley, who is actually the daughter to the late Elvis Presley, who Elvis Presley himself was also a famous musician, like very well known. So yeah, Michael Jackson's had a pretty interesting life, and yeah, I really would like to meet Bubbles one day. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm glad that Bubbles is still alive. So that's pretty good. All right, to be honest, I think that's going to be a little bit. That's going to be it for Michael Jackson for now. And I guess the thing I want to talk about, since we still got some time left, a while back, I actually started taking some surveys, just some surveys about about me and about my situation and a whole bunch of others and a whole bunch of random questions that really nobody cares about. And yeah, as it turns out, I could actually like earn a bit of money off of this, and yeah, for a couple of surveys, I actually ended up winning like a couple of debit cards that unfortunately I am not able to transfer to my bank account, unfortunately. So but when I actually asked like some of the staff about this, about like potentially donating to some causes, they said I can actually donate to whoever I want. So the thing is I am gonna be donating some money to some third parties. Hopefully, but don't bet on it just yet because I want to make sure this actually works first because I'm not sure if it's going to work. So basically, I'm going to be donating some of the money that I make from earning surveys to third parties just because I can't cash it out myself because I don't have PayPal, unfortunately. It is what it is, but yeah, right now I have currently donated $3.33 to the Libertarian Party of North Carolina just to see if this actually like works or not. So if I do end up deciding to donate to some other third parties as well, people will know about it. If I do, if this actually does work and the Libertarian Party of North Carolina does receive my small amount, I'll probably donate to like the North Carolina Green Party, the Constitution Party of North Carolina, the We the People Party of North Carolina, the Veterans Party of North Carolina, and the North Carolina Ford Party because they all have like bank accounts and all that. And that's going to matter. I'm not going to be focusing on donating to national parties because I believe the national parties are too busy focusing on focus on trying to engage in infighting with each other. And I don't really want that. And yeah, I would like to focus on my state because my state is so important to me, and I don't want to get involved in like it with national parties because national parties can be very ugly with what we have seen throughout the past few years, and it's really unfortunate. So, with that being said, I think that's all I have. All I have for now, and I'm honestly not sure what else I can talk about because serious, there's not much else that I want to talk about. Oh yeah, the top state for business rankings are going to be coming up like around July 9th, so that's going to be cool. I wonder if North Carolina is going to be number one again. That would be really interesting. So oh yeah, by the way, unaffiliated voters have officially reached up to 3.1 million. So Yes, congratulations to us. And in terms of the voter registration statistics, I'm honestly surprised that the Republican Party is not keeping up as it used to. What do I mean by this? Democrats are actually growing at a similar rate in terms of numbers as Republicans, which is actually really shocking because that's not been the case in the past. Nonetheless, this is we are a lean conservative state. Our state is still getting redder because the Democratic Party is very awful. The Republican Party is not any better, but you get the gist of it. But yeah, my thing is I am very worried about the direction of our state, no matter who wins. Like with the U.S. Senate, people are predicting that Roy Cooper is going to win, and I really do not like Roy Cooper because of his appointments to the State Board of Elections and what that Board of Elections has done to third parties in the past. And apparently, from what I've heard, apparently Roy Cooper actually spent like $7 million to like make sure unaffiliates don't get appointed to the State Board of Elections, which I do kind of remember a little bit about. So yeah, Roy Cooper is very, very bad. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't know who Michael Watley is, and I know Michael Watley's been endorsed by Trump, and a lot of people don't know much about him. All I know is that his party is a bunch of sellouts. Unfortunately, that's just the harsh reality. They've already proven that they're not different from the Democrats, and yes, and the Democrats are not different from Republicans. I know. And the thing is, like I said before, and I'll say it again, the Democrats love attacking third parties on the left, while Republicans love attacking third parties on the right. It's really interesting. I think what both of the major parties are worried about is they're worried that they're going to lose voters and that they are and the major parties believe that they are entitled to our votes, but they're not. And I think that is a massive problem with the major parties. And third parties and independents do try hard, and the third parties and independents I've worked with and who I've interviewed, they're never entitled. None of that. None of that. They've all been cool. They've all been nice on and off camera, and yeah, they're all people that I would love to hang out with in the real world. So yeah, the truth of the matter is I just see that the Democratic and Republican parties as very hateful because not all Democrats and Republicans are hateful. I do need to be clear about this. I have met a lot of mean Democrats and mean Republicans who are like, "You need to bow down to the Democrat, or you need to bow down to the Republican. You need to be grateful with the Democrat, or you need to be grateful with the Republican." And I was like, "You want me to be grateful for a tax on ballot access? You want me to be grateful for the possibility of a one-party dictatorship?" I'm like, "What in the world are you talking about? What the f?" Like, seriously, you want to force someone to be grateful? Look, let's be real. If you're going to force someone to be grateful about something that is not ideal or not good for our state, and if you want to force your thoughts into people's throats, don't come to North Carolina. Like, seriously, I say to the Democrats and the Republicans, if you want to try to force people to vote Democrat or Republican, you're welcome to leave our state. You can move if you are a lean Republican voter, move to South Carolina or Tennessee or Georgia. Or if you're a lean blue voter or a lean Democrat voter, just move to Virginia. But if you're a Democrat or a Republican who does support democracy and diversity of thought, hey, I'm always welcome to work with you because, hey, we need as many people as we can get. Because unfortunately, politics is a numbers game, and yeah, not all numbers are solid. Some numbers are solid more than others, and yeah, politics is a really messed up game. But we have to be able to work with whoever in order to like get the things that we want. Because unfortunately, our current political system is not going to do it. It is what it is, but we're not going to give up. With that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you all did, please hit the like button down below. Type a comment for any suggestions that you may have. Hit the notification bell so that way you can be notified on any new updates for this podcast. And with that being said, I hope to see you all later. Peace.